I'm ready. I'm ready to travel again.
Y'all ready for a road trip?
I'm ready to laugh again.
He's not fake, huh? He's not fake.
I'm ready to eat, to explore, to meet people,
Cheers again, man.
to experience the things that make life worth living.
Sorry, I'm already so happy.
I'm ready to drink wine with everyone, everywhere, all the time.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I can't wait to have my wine later. I think we're all ready to get out and enjoy life again. And for many of us, a glass of wine is part of that pleasure. Vince Anter is a sommelier. He's also the host and executive producer of Vino. It's a show that examines the culture and history of wine. Vince, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You know, you probably have one of the best jobs out there, right? Tell us about Vino. You get to go everywhere and explore life as its fullest.
I get that a lot. We work hard, but we play hard for sure. You know, the show was started when I was actually in LA. I'm in Chicago now, but I lived in LA. I was trying to be a rock star, like a lot of people, but I was also working in restaurants, fell in love with wine. And I really just found there was no easy way to learn about it. You know, nobody was doing the video-based kind of Bourdain show of wine. It was all book study and flashcards. And so I decided, you know what? I think I can make this show, and I can host it and really help democratize wine and wine education and just make wine a lot more fun.
Yeah, in fact, like if you ever go to a restaurant, you talk to a sommelier, even that word kind of scares a lot of people, and they hand you that giant wine list. So what's the easiest way for someone to try to navigate something like that? Let's say they hand you the wine list, you know, what should they do?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, funny you brought that up. In our Chicago episode, we talk about how to order from a sommelier or how to buy wine at a store. I mean, my biggest advice is, one, the sommelier or the person at the store isn't trying to rip you off. They love wine, that's why they're there. So put yourself in their hands, be open to things that you wouldn't normally drink. So, you know, get off the beaten path. Don't always drink Cabernet or Chardonnay. Be open to something new, and just tell them what you normally like. You know, people try and get really complicated and say, oh, I like something that's got a lot of acid or that's really dry. You don't have to do that. If you tell them the place and the grape that you normally drink, that's all the information they need.
And really quickly, because I did kind of tease this about searching for bargain wines, because when you go to the grocery store and you see inexpensive wines, and sometimes you think it must be cheap or it must be more inexpensive because it's not that good. True or false, or how do we know when a wine, a $2 chuck, for example, whether or not it's good?
There are plenty of bargain wines, but my biggest advice is actually to shop at a wine shop or either a medium-sized or even better, a local wine shop. Because the thing about the grocery store wines is they're mass-produced, a lot of them. They're controlled by a few conglomerates. They often have additives that you don't have to necessarily put on the label. Whereas if you go to a small wine shop, they can get small batch wines, and they can also help get you into off-the-beaten-path things. Napa Cabernet is always going to be expensive, but I can find you a killer Chilean Cabernet for half the price. So just be open to trying same, but different.
Which brings us really quickly back to your show. Vince, you can actually buy the wines that you see on the show, right? If you're liking what you see, it's something that you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. You know, we make it interactive. So I always say if you were watching diners, drive-ins, and dives, but you got to eat the food, we do that with wine. We have a retail partner. You can get the wine shipped to you. You can watch the show, and you can really make a whole Friday night out of it.
Sounds really good. V is for Vino. You can watch Vince and V is for Vino on the web, on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us, Vince. That was a good education for us. We're looking forward to our wine tonight.
Absolutely. Cheers. I'll toast one to you.
Cheers. I wish I had a glass. We'll be right back.